Moin, I'm Anne from Luxembourgish with Anne. So today's topic is one of the most underrated but powerful moments for Luxembourgish language learners, the kitchen at the office, or maybe the coffee machine corner. So many of our clients want to focus on learning vocabulary for their presentations, for their meetings, but the real magic often happens by the coffee machine. So today we will then also focus on informal conversation language. As with your colleague, you will use the informal form of you, right? And small talk isn't just small. It's a way to show, hey, I'm open to speak the language. I'm trying to learn in Luxembourgish. And these informal chats can lay the foundation for professional relationships. So, bist du prêt? Dann los. So let's start by learning the word for coffee machine. Do you know how to say the coffee machine in Luxembourgish? Yes, that is Kaffeesmaschine, Kaffeesmaschine. And at the coffee machine is bei der Kaffeesmaschine, bei der Kaffeesmaschine. Let's start with some conversation starters. Of course, when meeting a colleague in the morning, you will say, good morning, yes? So, and this is in Luxembourgish. Guten Morgen. So you say Guten Morgen, or you just can say Morgen. So Morgen is to say hello throughout the day. And then, of course, you will ask your colleague, how are you? Do you know how to ask this in the informal way? This is wie geht it? Wie geht it? But more personal is wie geht it dir? Wie geht it dir? So you can say, Guten Morgen, wie geht it dir? Or wie geht it dir heute? Heute meaning today. Or if you want to say or ask all good, this is alles andere? Alles andere? This is to check if everything is good with the other person. Alles andere? And maybe you want to talk about the weather. For example, if it's cold today, you can say, oh, das een bisschen kaal heute. Das een bisschen kaal heute. So it's a bit cold today. Or if it's nice weather, you can say, schijnt wieder heute. Schijnt wieder heute. And you can add on this small word, gell. Schijnt wieder heute, gell? Gell meaning isn't it? So nice weather, isn't it? Is schijnt wieder heute, gell? Great. These are already 5 sentences you can use at work. So Morgen or Guten Morgen, wie geht es dir? Alles andere, das ein bisschen kahl heute, das ein bisschen warm heute, schijnt wieder heute, gell? Now, here is a practice tip for you. Pick one or two of these phrases and use them the next time you walk in the kitchen to grab a coffee. Yes? So once you have said Morgen, you will need to continue the small talk conversation, right? Now, what can you talk about? Well, maybe you can continue talking about the weather or asking about their last weekend or their plans for the next weekend, or maybe just asking a colleague, what would you like to drink, a coffee or a tea? How do you say this in Luxembourgish? What would you like to drink, a tea or a coffee? This is, wat drinkst du gern? Wat drinkst du gern, een thee oder a coffee? Wat drinkst du gern? Een thee oder a coffee? A coffee and pronounce coffee. Yeah? Let's repeat it together. Wat drinkst du gern? Een thee oder a coffee? Good. Or you can be more direct and asking, do you want a coffee? This is, willst du a coffee? Willst du a coffee? Willst du a coffee? Good. Some people, they need a coffee in the morning, otherwise nothing works. So in Luxembourgish, you would say, ich brauch morgens a coffee, sonst geht nicht. Let's repeat it together. Ich brauch morgens a coffee, sonst geht nicht. So I need a coffee in the morning or nothing works. Now over to you. Can you repeat this? Good. Perfect. Super. Maybe you want to ask a colleague, are you busy at the moment? Then you can say, viel zu din am Moment. This is the short version, viel zu din am Moment, so busy at the moment. Or if you want to make a whole sentence, you will say, hast du viel zu din am Moment? Hast du viel zu din am Moment? Are you busy at the moment? How was your last weekend? Wie war dein letzte Weekend? Let's repeat. Wie war dein letzte Weekend? Wie war dein letzte Weekend? Or maybe you want to ask your colleagues' plans for the next weekend. Was möchtest du diese Weekend? Was möchtest du diese Weekend? Oder hast du etwas für diese Weekend geplant? Ja. So you see, it's not about being perfect. It's just showing that you are open for a conversation and that you are friendly and that you show that you are trying to speak Luxembourgish. Now, knowing how to end politely a conversation is just as helpful, especially when you have to get back to work. So how would you say, oh, I need to get back to my desk now? This is, ich muss elo zurück op mein Büro gehen. Ich muss elo zurück op mein Büro gehen. Or you can skip the gehen and just say, ich muss elo zurück op mein Büro. So meaning I have to get back to my desk now. Let's repeat. Ich muss elo zurück op mein Büro. Good. How would you wish in just an informal chat, have a nice day? This is nach a schönen Dag. So let's practice this together and remember this phrase. We use this every day. Okay, so this is nach a schönen Dag. Good. Nach a schönen Dag. Have a nice day. Or if you want to say, see you later. This is bisher no. Bisher no. See you later. Or you can also say, mir gesehen nice. Mir gesehen eyes. Literally, this means we see each other, but we use this as well to say, see you later. So you can either say, bisher no, oder mir gesehen eyes. Or if you want to say, see you soon, this is, bis geschwind, bis geschwind, bis geschwind bei der Kaffeesmaschine. Why not? And here is again another practice tip for you. Pick up one of these phrases and use it today or at the latest tomorrow at the coffee machine. Yeah? And now we will end this lesson by listening to a dialogue. The dialogue is called, of course, by the Kaffeesmaschine. And it's a dialogue between Sophie, she is learning Luxembourgish, and Mark, who is a colleague and he is a native speaker. Just listen to this dialogue, and I recommend that you head over to my blog to read the transcript of this dialogue and the transcript of this whole lesson. Ja, warst du bereit für den Dialog zu lauschen? Dann lass. Am heiersten Dialog. Oh, moje Mark, alles an der Reihe? Moje Sophie, ja, ich kann nicht klauen. Aber bei dir? Gut, och, merci. Ich brauch mojes immer a Kaffee. Ja, ohne Kaffee lebt mojes nicht. Hast du etwas Schönes dieses Weekend gemacht? Ja, wir waren am Möllerdal wandern. Und du? Ich war einfach daheim an Hugeliers. Ich hatte ein relaxe Weekend. Das klingt auch gut. Aber wie geht es mit der Arbeit? Ma ja, ich habe viel zu tun das Woche. Aber ich probiere auch mein Lützeburgisch zu verbessern. Das höre ich. Du schwätzt schon ziemlich gut. Merci. Ich gehe mir mehr. So, lo muss ich aber zurück auf das Büro gehen. Klar, ich auch. Schönen Tag noch, Sophie. Dir auch. Bis geschwind. So, now I recommend that you listen again to this dialogue and listen to read simultaneously the transcript on my blog. So, now the next time you pass a colleague by the fridge or at the coffee machine, use some of these phrases. Again, it's not about being fluent or perfect. It's just to show that you are trying to learn the language and that you are open to talk. And these small talk conversations are a good way or a powerful way to grow and to gain confidence in Luxembourgish. So, und das war es für heute. Merci für das Nugucken und bis die nächste Kehr. Adi und noch einen schönen Tag.